NSDC proposal requires you to skill 100,000 people over 10 years. We don't expect that number in this case. So we're saying if there's a number which is decent, which you can do sustainable over a long period of time and do it for a long time. It's not a one-off come in and come out initiative. We would be happy to support it. And there are two ways to do it. We find that a lot of them are NGOs, and NGOs typically their memorandums or articles of association don't allow them to take loans or allow them to do that. So we say, why don't you create a Section 25 company or a separate for-profit entity, and we will fund it there so you can do that. The second thing that we are trying to do is that there's a lack of knowledge about, you heard telephone operators, right? So we don't know, what are the different types of jobs that a person with disabilities could do. So we learned of an organization in Andhra who had got ISB to do a study on 3 of the sectors of what are the jobs people with different types of disabilities could do in those industries. What we are wanting to do is to expand that further and actually get knowledge of what are the job opportunities there and what are the competencies that are required. And then we can work backwards in getting people skilled for that. And linked to that is a fascinating area of technology. And I think there's a lot of technology that could be used to enable people to work in regular jobs. And we know that for this sector, we need to support technology organizations. And we're willing to support technology organizations that become sustainable. So we are taking that route also. We have not yet got a proposal for technology. We have got some proposals for working with people with disabilities. But we hope that we can take this approach going forward, and that's what we are trying to do. We are a fairly open organization, and anybody can come and meet us at any point of time. At this point, because the office that we are in is not accessible because we have to climb a set of stairs, we are moving to a new block, and hopefully with Niranjan's help, we will design an office that is accessible there going forward. But thank you for this opportunity to be here, and we'll take it forward from there.
Thank you, sir. I think that was just the perspective, at least I've been looking for in the sector. Just wanted to highlight, Barrier Break Technologies is a for-profit that's actually got venture capitalist funding. And I'd like to see more of us there. I'd like to see more of us in every city, in every state, thinking and challenging people that, no, it's not about charity, you need to pay us a fee, and maybe walking away from a consignment if it is for free.
Sorry, this is a statement which actually got Shilpi very interested. And George, this is very interesting from your perspective. I've been noticing a lot of technologies to enable the blind to use a computer, based on speech and things like that. Also, a lot of technologies that enable the deaf and dumb to actually use a computer, right? Which is really signs and and other things. And I just said, it's fascinating. If you look at India, if you look at the literacy levels of, it's questionable, but there are at least 30% of people in India whose literacy levels, they can't read and write, right? But they can speak, they understand. So inclusion is extending the type of technologies that are used for the blind to reach out to those people so they can actually be included in mainstream. And but unfortunately, the organizations that work for the blind don't look at that as an inclusion opportunity. Similarly, for the people who are deaf and dumb and people who can't read and write, they can understand pictures and signs. And how do you actually develop, again, I know this is an interesting area for Microsoft and all other IT companies. How do you develop technologies that enables the people who are otherwise very similar have attributes to them to be included?
Thank you, sir.